the time has come for Hellions oversized hardcover. For me, it's one of those stories that is great. It's the best story that you had in Dawn of X after the what Hickman started in Havok's box. So it's standalone, we can say. It interferes with only one big event, or maybe we can say two, because it interferes with X of Swords and Hellfire Gala at only three issues so in total, but you can still read them and you know exactly, because you have here everything 1 through 18, so all the issues, and this is parental advisory, so it's not for kids for sure, but it's really good storyline. Where do I put it if you ask me? In my opinion, Hellions can go after the Hellfire Gala, because it's not spoiling anything, but for sure it should be before Inferno. So we are going all the way: X-Men, Excalibur, Marauder, X-Force, Wolverine, Cable, X of Swords, Excalibur 2, Hellfire Gala, Hellions. So as I told you, you have 2 issues from X of Swords and 1 issue from Hellfire Gala, but still it's, we can say, almost standalone, because all you need to know about Hellions is all in one album, so big plus for Marvel to gathering all in one. Let's take a look inside. Plastic jacket is not giving us anything like we had in Extreme X-Men Omnibus, but still. Under the dust jacket we have word Hellions. As you can see, in full Hellions all the way. If you are wondering if there is an eye, well, we are in the middle, so yes, we have an eye. What is this story all about? Well, in this team we have really team of, how to call them? Let's call them maybe a little bit of violent. Just killers, some of them are killers. So, right there, Step Wells. We have Nightflower's words in all, but it will be at the beginning of all the chapters. I really like Havok. When you will read it, you will see that he was not himself. Something is going on with him. We have Nanny, Unfarm Maker, Grey Crow, Havok, Empath is really double agent. Later on it turns out why, for whom. Nanny, we learn more about her, even more than we know before. Grey Crow is the anniversary of Mutant Massacre. Morlocks hunting him. For me, it's about, this story is really good created about Kwannon. It is Kwannon, revenge. It's It's not Psylocke, but Braddock. It's Kwannon. I really love her. The way she is presented here. And how Sinister is manipulating everyone. We have Goblin Queen. But is she the real Goblin Queen, and how long she will survive? You will need to read first part of it. Look at this art, it's fantastic. Goblin Queen. Even she is thinking that someone is manipulating Havok. White Child. Beautiful cover. The story in X of Swords was really bad for the team, good for the Sinister, and all hell breaks loose when someone is coming back for Sinister and his team. Even we have here the right. It's really interesting to see this. It's not human being for sure. Artificial intelligence we have here. The evolution of AI. It's a really interesting point to read. You won't lose very much if you did not read the previous stories about heroes, villains of this storyline, but of course you can read about them. But for me it's really self-contained. But of course if you know the story of X-Men at whole, you will enjoy even more. We have Mastermind, beautiful art. We have Arcade, so really a lot of rich stories here. Brutal stories, for sure, not for kids. And of course, Kwannon is there to do what she needs to do. Here we have Hellfire. Beautiful dress of Kwannon. And this issue is my favorite scene ever. Nanny versus Sinister here. If you read one series, this is the one. Judgment Day, motherfucker. It's beautiful, it's so funny. And then we go to the moment when Sins of Sinister starts to bite the whole team. Here we have the evolution of artificial intelligence. Sinister is trying to play a god, but Emma Frost is taking care of everything. The biggest gun you ever saw. Here it starts. The betrayal, and the loss of something very precious to Kwannon. Very precious. And it all falls because empaths interfering with mind of Havok. So it was a really emotional issue. I really love this series because it's fun, brutal, and really have a meaning. Because at the end, maybe not at the end, near the end we have issue where Nani is playing with product of artificial intelligence that bites and attacks. She was thinking that she can take care of it, but it don't go well. And then we finish with the trial of Orphan Maker, White Child, even Havok. But revenge is on the side of Kwannon, and only Orphan Maker and Nani are going to the pit. Kwannon is stopping Scarecrow from killing a green empath for what he did, and at long last Madeline Pryor comes back. And we see where it could potentially lead. Just for a very long period of time, Quiet Council did not wish to bring back clones. And Sinister gets what he always wanted. DNA, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Storm, Nightflower, Wolverine. And here we have the relations between Kwannon, Scarecrow. At the end, very emotional, final issue, final 10. Covers, great covers for me at least. It's very fun, tragic, but consistent storyline that give you pleasure of reading it. If you know the story of the X-Men and their enemies, you will enjoy it even more. But if you join the Dawn of X period, I think this series will give you all the pleasure of reading about them. You can see quite a lot of bonus stuff. Kwannon. So this oversized hardcover is something that surprised me very much, and in a good way. I really enjoy to read about those persons, heroes, villains, because Sinister is planning ahead, a lot ahead, and we can see that White Queen is doing the same. Really enjoyable storyline. Try to read it. Great story.